is it important that we use Iowa corn to make our whiskey? So that's a great question, and it's a really important component to our process. One is fairly obvious. We're here in the corn state. Iowa produces more corn than almost any country on the planet produces. So corn is what we do. It's our bread and butter, if you will. So it would have been almost disrespectful for us to use corn from anywhere else. And even more importantly, it's a very important part of our mash bill. It's a quality ingredient. Iowa grows phenomenal corn here. Like I said, that's what we do. So we had to incorporate that in our process, and we had to use Iowa corn, and it's something that we're very proud to utilize.
You know, for me, it's always been easy. I wake up, I have a feeling, it seems natural, it goes on, I'm there, I look at it and I go, that's exactly what I feel like. The in-depthness is in my mind. It's the subconscious thought of something I can't hold. How do you mold that in your brain? How do you turn it in circles? How do you look into it? How do you fit into it? It's so untangible. It's so not here. So the process, the heaviest part of it is in your own brain, in visualizing the pain or the discomfort you actually want to put yourself in for that album cycle. For example, for this mask, I chose, for this cycle, for We Are Not Your Kind, I chose not to have something that covered my entire head because I've done it quite a bit over my career, and the exhaustion from heat not being able to escape fatigues my show, and I'm wanting to give a better show personally, physically, spiritually, mentally. So, it's a manual task once it gets out of the subconscious and into the conscious, and then into words and into body language and possibly pencils. And then it's just work from there. But the real tedious stuff comes from staying up at night wondering who you're going to be, who you can represent. As we all know, we're a very unique band because I wouldn't say that we go all out on these things, and I think that's what makes them so personal and special. Whereas we all know you could watch a Hollywood movie and there could be so much money spent on these things, but maybe it's overdone. Maybe it looks overdone. Maybe you don't feel that character. I've always felt that we just naturally know whether it's expensive or plastic or leather or latex. Just let it be what it is. And that's about as hard as it is to admit to yourself who you're going to want to be for all of you for the next 18 months, possibly the next 3 years.
So people ask me that a lot, and I always tell them that can really change in any given moment. There's a lot of good whiskey out there. There's a lot of mediocre whiskey out there, maybe even some bad. But a lot of the times your appreciation for that is going to change depending on the moment that you're in. For instance, sometimes I like a really well-balanced whiskey. Balance is something that I'm always looking for. But there are also times when I'm looking for more of a one-noted, really loud whiskey, like, for instance, a sherry cask single malt. I really want to taste that sherry. I really want it to come through, in which case I'm not really looking for that balance anymore. So it's going to change on any given moment, depending what you're looking for at that point in time.
Well, I tell, this isn't a way to get out of it, but I tell people I really like music to find me. So I work a lot. I work a lot on film and still pictures and obviously songs. But if I'm working on photography, I will have, a playlist or a band I am listening to, or I'll get on YouTube and I'll just kind of let society throw me down a wormhole. Somehow I always wind up on myself and then I have to turn it off. But until then, I might, if I'm lucky, once a month, I really stumble across something that I rather enjoy. Right now I'm stuck on some things that just are very close to what's going on in the world. So obviously I feel like I'm listening to a lot of Floyd, and I'm kind of going back. I'm kind of reminiscing right now We're doing a lot of writing. We got a lot of sounds going on. So instead of looking for new music or listening to anybody, really kind of reflecting to the past right now. But there has been some, a lot of cool stuff coming out. I don't know if I could even tell you what it is. It passes by, but so quickly when you're working and it's on something like YouTube. But like I said, I just like it to find me, and if I'm lucky, I find something I really, really enjoy about once every month or two, and then I just obsess on it. I'd say I'm on this song by the Deftones right now called Tempest. It's just one of those tunes that just got me where it's just over and over and over and over. So it's kind of how I roll, where stay on something for a long time until something else shows up.